Hello, welcome to Module 4. In this first video, we're going to be talking about WordPress themes, and I'm going to take you through the process of choosing a theme and customizing it and setting up some of the basic functionality of that theme. So the first thing you're going to do, of course, is log in. And once you're logged in, you're going to head over to Appearance. You can either click on Appearance or you can click on Themes that pops out there, but the first thing it takes you to is Themes. And as you can see, we're using the 2014, which is the default theme for WordPress for this year. And what I'm going to do is just show you how to find a new theme and install it. But I'm going to go ahead and use the 2014 theme for my website for this demo. But first of all, let's look at how to find a new theme. So the easiest thing to do in DreamHost is to just click Add New Theme. And it takes you to a page that has, looks like 15 featured themes right here. And you can go through and find one that looks really good to you. And then when you hover over, you see you have the option to preview it and also to install it to your site. And when you install it to your site, it doesn't make it live. It just puts it into your the options of themes that you have in your site, and then you can activate it after that. So there's a few different types here. Like this one here, for example, is kind of a cool one. If I do preview, you can see it has this nice big image at the top that changes every few seconds and rotates. It looks like you can even do a background video with an overlaid image. So there's a lot of cool options with that one. There's other themes that are maybe designed for more like photographic sites. For example, this one here, and it's just more image based. And then we have other themes as well that have just different layouts. Some are different, like this one here has two. Instead of one big column with all your text in one place, it has the option to do module-based content, which is kind of cool also. Okay, so next, I'm going to just go ahead and select one randomly. So we'll go with this one here, this first one, Superhero. Just hit Install. And once it's installed, it says successfully installed, and we just can hit, at this point we can activate it as our live theme, or we can do a live preview. So I'm going to go ahead and activate it just so we see what it looks like with our site currently that we've not done anything else with. So once it's activated, I can go over here to my site and just hit refresh, and I can see what that particular theme looks like right now without any customization. Now, before in the last module, I talked about the site title versus the tagline. And here's our site title, and I ended up putting a tagline in since then. And so the tagline in this theme is used, and it's displayed here in the title as smaller text, kind of like I described before. So this is kind of a nice looking theme, not too shabby. And actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and stick with this theme, and we're just going to customize this. So let's say, though, that you don't like any of the themes that you found when you click that plus button. And what you can do is actually go out to the internet and do a search for themes, or you can go to wordpress.org/themes, and there's a bunch of other themes you can access. And if you want to install one that's out on the web that maybe you purchased, because some of them do cost money, or maybe you got it for free and it just wasn't available in your add themes button, then you can go and download it, and I'll show you how to install a theme that you've downloaded. It's real simple. So let's say I download this Sueva free, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, and come over here and I want to say, okay, I want to add that theme I just downloaded. So I'm going to hit Add New under the Themes option here, and then I'm going to do Upload Theme. And then under Upload Theme, you'll see this Choose File. I can actually just drag and drop this zip file right over that Choose File, and it will appear there, and click Install Now, and it installs the theme for me. And there it is. It's installed, and I can return to the themes page, and I'll see that it's one of my options that I can choose from. There it is. So let's get back to customizing the theme. So now that we have the theme Superhero installed, I'm going to go ahead and go over to the Customize button right here. And that gives me all the different things that I can do, and it's going to show me a little demo of what the site will look like. So first of all, site title and tagline. As you can see, different sites have different things you can do. This one has the option to not display the header text. Some sites don't have that option to hide it. So this one does have that option, which is kind of cool. If I don't want to use it, I'm okay using it. And then under colors, we can change the header text color. So let's change that to, right now it's white. Let's go with kind of a grayish. You can see it changing over there. Maybe like a purple, or let's do like a light blue maybe, and see how that comes out. Something like that. And there we go. And then I can also change the background color. So I'm going to go in here and say, I want the background to be this color, this orangish color. But let's say that I don't want to use a color for the background. Maybe I want to use an image. Most themes give you the option to use an image. So I can actually come down here and go to background image and choose upload new. Well, actually, drop a file here. So I can actually just do this. So I have an image I want to use, this background wood. I'm just going to drop it right there, and it should upload it for me. There it goes. Cool, and it's activated. How cool is that? So now I have a nice background image that looks kind of more like reclaimed wood type of an image. And then I can just go down here to set some of these things. Like for example, maybe I don't want to, when I scroll, maybe I don't want the wood to be scrolling. I want it to just be static. So I'll click fixed. And then when I scroll, everything scrolls but the wood. And I like that better, so I'm going to keep it that way. And then, of course, if you had a certain type of an image that wasn't able to be repeated in a pattern, you could do the position of the image, and you could tell it not to repeat. And there's also, of course, tile horizontally or vertically and different options like that. So I'm good with the way it looks right now, so I'm not going to tweak any more of those settings. I'm just going to minimize that option. Now, we skipped over one, the header image, which is pretty obvious which one that's going to be. That's going to be the image up here. So what I'm guessing is when we upload a header image, it's going to replace this text with that image. So let's just see what happens. I'm going to click Add New Image. Now, I want you to notice here, I'm in the media library, and all these pictures are in here. I've already uploaded these to my WordPress blog. So let me show you how to upload an image to your site in case you haven't done that. If you're here if it's the first time you don't have any images in here, this will actually be blank. So you'll need to upload something first. So under this Upload Files tab, I'm just going to drag and drop the images that I want to upload. So for example, even though I already have this up there, I'm going to drag it and drop it again just to show you. And when you drop it there, it uploads that file. And then over here, you'll have different options like renaming the file, giving it a different title, and giving it a caption, alternate text, and description, which I'm not going to worry about any of these right now. I'm just going to let it be as is. So for the header image, I want to actually try to use these stairs. And we'll see how those look. If I select and crop, let's see if we can use those. Okay, so the header can only be the size of this cropping field. And I can move that around and select, okay, I want it to be this portion or this portion. So I'm going to go right about here. We're just going to see what that looks like and crop the image. And you can see it puts it right here. Okay, so I was thinking it would replace the text, but it actually just adds it up here to the top. So no big deal. That's actually kind of cool. And what I'm guessing is we could actually do a wider image, and that image could go all the way across the top of that. And it looks like we have another cool thing, which is randomize uploaded headers. So not every theme is the same. They may not all have this option, but this one does. So if I upload a few images, I could actually have it do a randomize between them. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's add a new image, and let's do one of these guys. I'm going to actually use the full-size version of that. And I want to use just the reclaimed wood. And then we're going to switch it to that one and see how that looks. Okay, cool. And then I'm going to say randomize. And that way, every time it reloads, it'll show me a different picture. Okay, so that's everything under header that we can tweak. Now, the next thing I want to look at is widgets. And that takes me to another little section here. And of course, we can also go to the WordPress settings button called widgets and work with our widgets there. But I'm happy working with them within this customization because I can see a quick outline of what they're going to end up looking like. So I'm just going to go to sidebar and see what we have. And you can see we have recent posts over here, search. So I'm going to remove, actually I'm just going to move recent posts down. And then I'm going to remove meta. And you click this little arrow to do that, and you can change some of the settings of it. So I'm going to hit remove. And then I'm going to leave that one. I'm going to remove archives. And then I'm going to remove the comments widget. So I have 3 widgets. So it'll be search, categories, and recent posts. And then I'm just going to go back, and then we're going to look at static front page. So our static front page, as we set before in the previous module, is still our sample page. No big deal. That's what I want it to be. And so I've now done all the customization that that this particular theme allows me to do. And I'm going to close that little box. And then I'm going to jump through some of these again really quick, because you can see again what the header is again. Here we have the header image, and you can do the randomization here. And then if I go to background, again, here's the background image that we're using. Again, it's telling me that I'm using fixed, and the color behind it is this orange color, which is only necessary if the image doesn't load. So while it's loading, if it's going slow on someone's computer, they see that color instead of just a white background. And then back over to widgets again, because we were messing with that. You can see all these are right where we put them in the last place. So everything's good there. So our theme now should be good to go. And if I do a refresh on this, we should see all the changes we made. There we go. So it's not the most beautiful website you've ever seen, because I've not done a lot of work in getting the right kind of images that fit this and make it look really good, but it definitely did everything we wanted it to do. And there is one thing I noticed just now, and this is why you always want to do a live test. When I scroll, the top doesn't scroll up. And for me, that's a problem. I want that to move, because I don't want that always to be in the way. It's just too big. So let's go back over to the theme and take a look at that and see what we can do to change that. I'm going to hit Customize. And then if I go down here to header image, let's see if there's anything here that lets me. There's not. So that's kind of a deal breaker for me to even use a header image. So I'm going to say hide image, because it just takes up too much space. Save and publish, and then refresh and see what this looks like. Okay, so that's more doable. And this bar at the top that you see going across the top is actually going to be gone for the normal person. Most users are not going to see that, because they're not logged in. When I'm logged in, it gives me this extra admin bar. So that's going to give me even more space, and it will give me the ability for the site to actually be more usable. So there we go. So my site's ready to be used. I've got the color of the text I wanted. Everything's looking good. I've got my widgets where I want them. I've got my background image up. And so now we're going to move to the next video, which talks about site functionality and just the overall look. So I'll see you in that video.